Sincerely speaking, I love the perspective that you're looking at this issue from. If the Western corporations or the powers that be, the IMF and the World Bank and all that, if they wanted to sabotage Dangote using NNPC and the federal government, do you think that they don't have the power to really stop Dangote from getting the raw materials and the equipment he needs to build the refinery? They have that power, and it's the truth. It's not that they want to sabotage Dangote. Dangote is not being sabotaged. The question you should ask, because you gave the analogy that the refinery in Scotland is shutting down because Dangote refinery started operation. What you need to ask yourself is this: who owns the refinery in Scotland and who owns Dangote refineries? Nobody has been able to answer the question about the true ownership of Dangote refineries. Nobody. And every one of you that are driving this narrative, you still can't tell the public, you can't tell Nigerians, you can't tell the world who owns Dangote refineries. We know that 7.2% of it is owned by NNPC, right? The remaining 92.8%, who are the owners? Dangote came out to tell you that he got funding from international financing corporations, IFCs. And we all know that IFCs are linked to the IMF and the World Bank. They dictate and they dance to their tune. So, what kind of funding did the IFCs provide to Dangote? Is it loan? Is it equity funding? From the operations of IFCs that we know and the IMF and the World Bank that we know, they do a mixture of both. So they give you loan, they will give you equity funding, which means that a good portion of Dangote refineries is owned by these same IFCs that own the refinery in Scotland. So what has just happened? They have looked for a way to transfer the ownership from far away Scotland to nearer to us here in Nigeria. And you see, they were smart enough, very, very smart, to put the Dangote refineries in a free trade area, free trade zone area, which gives them total control over it. The laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has little or no effect on a free trade zone area. Instead, it operates by ICSID laws, by bilateral investment treaty laws, ISDS laws, all within the IMF and the World Bank. That's where they are. That's why they cited it in the free trade zone area. And they also now put icing on the cake and dashed in a Lekki deep sea port. So that all Dangote refinery needs to do is refine. They can get their crude from wherever they choose to get it from. And when they finish refining, they sell petrol to you, and the remaining distillates, guess what? There's feedstock to be sold on the international market, and the owners still get to maximize their profits. So there is nothing to rejoice about Dangote refinery coming on stream in Nigeria, because it is actually in the free trade zone area, right? The only time we will get to rejoice, like Saudi Arabia is rejoicing, like China is rejoicing, like Brazil is rejoicing, like Indonesia is rejoicing, is when our refineries, our state-owned refineries, the two in Port Harcourt, the one in Warri, the one in Kaduna, when they start producing and refining fuel. That's the only way we rejoice and get the benefit, the full benefit of local refining. Until that time, the Dangote approach is only just switching location for the manipulation of our economy. Nothing more, nothing less. Ask yourself, why is it that upon coming on stream of the Dangote refinery petrol, prices have gone up, increasing the hardship and sufferings of Nigerians? Why? Why? These are questions you should be asking. Let's be more holistic in this approach to it. More holistic. Dangote refinery is no messiah. It is actually still owned by the same people that have manipulated us for years. The only way we get free is when we decide to hold our government responsible and ask them tough questions. $20 billion on turnaround maintenance given to foreign companies that are still linked to the same IMF and World Bank. What is the result of the turnaround maintenance? Why our refineries still not working? And if the companies that got these contracts cannot deliver, what happened to our own local engineers? The engineers you train at PTI, the ones that graduate from our universities and polytechnics, the ones that are graduating as chemists, chemistry graduates that can do refining, that can do all of those things. Why can't you train them to do turnaround maintenance on our refineries? If illiterate mechanics can maintain, can do turnaround maintenance on state-of-the-art cars that we have today, why can't our graduates from our own universities, from our own PTI, our own Niger Delta University, from our own chemistry graduates, why can't they do turnaround maintenance? Why can't they? The turnaround maintenance company that NNPC has, what are they doing? Why are they being paid billions of naira every year in salaries and running costs? What are they maintaining? So much lies in the oil and gas sectors in Nigeria. And we help those lies by driving these kind of narratives. We should not. You see, Nigeria will only benefit from local refining when we start refining with our own state-owned refineries, not Dangote. Dangote is not a messiah. Dangote is more of a vampire on Nigerians than anything else. And by the way, have you heard? People say they see truck going into Warri Refinery every night. What are they going there to go and take? Is it not fuel? Somebody said he knows somebody who works in the Warri Refinery and the person gets fuel from Warri Refinery and does not buy. The NNPC has not come out to refute all these facts. And mind you, in 2022, NNPC exported $1 billion worth of refined petrol. Dangote Refinery has not come that time. Where did they get it from? If not for our refineries. So it is propaganda. We need to ask tough questions to get the truth out of these elected officials. Tough questions. And all of it will start by us understanding how the oil and gas sector really works. How much of it do you know as a Nigerian?